Polynomial functions. I'm Anil Kumar, and here is a kind of review on polynomial functions with the help of a very good example. For the function f of x equals to k times x plus 1 whole square times x minus 2 times x minus 4, determine the value of k if 1 minus 24 is a point on the graph of the function. Solve for b if 1b is a point on f of x. Determine the interval when f of x is greater than 0. So let's begin by solving for k. Now that is a function, polynomial function. So if k is specified, we're talking about a specific function, otherwise a family of functions which has 3 zeros. Let's find k first. We are given f of 1 as minus 24. So we'll write f of 1 equals to minus 24, which should be equals to, we'll replace x as 1. So we get k times 1 plus 1 whole square times 1 minus 2 times 1 minus 4. Now that gives us minus 24 equals to k times 2 square. So let me write, 2 square, and here we get minus 1 times minus 3. So minus 24 equals to k times 2 square is 4, and this is plus 3. So k is equals to minus 24 divided by 4 times 3. So that gives us a value, 4 times 3 is 12. So that gives us minus 2. So k is minus 2 for us, correct? So we get k equals to minus 2. So that is part A. So we know k now. Since we know k, we can write down the function as f of x equals to minus 2 x plus 1 whole square times x minus 2 times x minus 4. Let's do part B. Solve for b if 1b is a point in f of x. So, well, 1b, b has to be minus 24, right? So since, so that is just the reverse of the first one, so we need not even do it, right? So anyway, so what we will do, we'll change the question. Let us say 3b. And then we'll try to find what b is. So that means f of 3 is b. So let's find what f of 3 is. F of 3 will be minus 2. Let's replace x with 3. 3 plus 1 whole square, 3 minus 2 times 3 minus 4, right? So we get minus 2 times 4 square, that is 1, and this is minus 1. So that is minus 2 times 4 square is 16 times minus 1, or plus 16. So we get f of 3 equals to plus 16. That means the coordinate point is 3, 16, and then we can say, well, b equals to 16, right? So that is how we can answer this. Now the last question is, determine the interval when f of x is greater than 0. So for this, what you can do is, you can either sketch your graph, or you can make intervals and then find out within these intervals when is the function positive and when is it negative. We know that there are zeros at minus 1, plus 2, and at plus 4. So let us say these are the zeros for us. So let me write down these zeros first, and then we will see how to solve it. So the zeros are at, let's say, zeros. This one is at minus 1, then we have at 2, and then we have at 4. So these are the zeros for us. Now leading coefficient k is negative, right? Since the leading coefficient is negative, right side has to be down. So right side is down. Now the 0 at minus 1 is a double 0, so it is going to, actually these are linear zeros, so that goes like this, but this has to bounce back. So the graph will be kind of like this. So from the graph you can see when is f of x greater than 0. So it is greater than 0 between 2 and 4. You see that? So that is the interval during when f of x is greater than 0. So for this we get the answer as between 2 and 4. So that is using graph, right? The other way is you can take test points in this interval. So let us say that the test points are, let's say test point here is, let's say, -2. Test point here could be 0. Test point here could be 3. And then here could be 5. Now if I write -2 here, this will be positive, and this will be negative, and this is going to be negative. 3 negatives are going to give me negative, so I'll get a negative value here, right? If I put 0 here, then this is positive, but these two are negative. These two negative with another negative will also give me negative. If I write 3 here, 3 plus 1, 4 is positive. 3 minus 2 is positive, so these two are positive. However, we have two negatives, and these two negatives will make this positive. If I write 5, then this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, but this is negative. So we get a negative answer. So using intervals and the test points also, we can find answer for part C, right? I hope it helps you to understand the concepts. Thank you and all the best.